Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Doctor Who reviews and more video update. Yeah, well, I watched episode 3 and 4 with Doctor Who last night till this morning. Yeah, I started, what, half past 12 last night and ended 1 or 2 a.m. with 2 episodes. And the third episode is called The Well. Well, the Doctor has problems with the TARDIS. Yeah. Well, the TARDIS is bouncing off, so we can't go back to the timeline where Belinda Chandra's from. No. He can't bring Belinda Chandra home to Earth on the 24th of May 2025 because he has some problems. Someone is preventing him to go back that time. So what can it be? So, Belinda Chandra and the Doctor travels 500,000 years into the future. When they comes out of the TARDIS, they meet some people that gonna jump out of a spaceship and down to this planet that is above, down there under the ship. But those people hasn't heard about the planet Earth before. No. Well, the Doctor asked them about planet Earth, and Belinda, she asked also them about planet Earth, but no one have heard about who is planet Earth. What is planet Earth? We never heard about that planet before, or humans for that matter. On the planet, there are a mind colony. Yeah, that these soldiers are gonna investigate. Something is happening on that mind colony. Well, every people on that mind colony are dead. How? Who killed them? And who is responsible for this? Yeah. So also the Doctor and Belinda are in the middle of it. Except one woman. Yeah, they find one woman in the room that are in the middle, in the center of this mind colony. They meet a woman named Alice or something that survived, but they don't know anything about Alice. So this woman wants to go home. She has a daughter back home, and the soldiers talks to her, and the Doctor talks to her, and when they go behind her, something is happened. Yeah, and then they know that there are something behind that woman. Yeah, so they want to kill that woman. So she said, "Well, if you kill me, the thing I have behind me will go behind you." Yeah. So if someone kills this woman, Alice, this creature, this invincible creature, will go back behind that person. Yeah. Um. But there are an invincible creature behind the woman named Alice. Yeah. Well, they the invincible creature kills all the soldiers that are going back behind Alice. Except two of the soldiers. Yeah, there are two soldiers that survives. Um, but the doctor have been on that planet before. Yeah, he hears that they said a number of that planet. It calls by numbers. So he asked them, what did this planet be called before? And then the name comes out. The planet is called Midnight. And the doctor remembers, I've been here before. And you see a flashback of the 10th Doctor and this woman. But the Doctor is a little scared when he hears the name Midnight. That is the planet called Midnight. The doctor finds a way to escape and saves Alice from the invincible creature. But the invincible creature follows them. Yeah, follows those two soldiers and the doctor, Belinda, and Alice. But one of the soldiers, woman soldiers, shoots Belinda. Yeah. Well, because when they are in the room before they go out that airlock, they notice that the creature are there. And the creature are behind Belinda now. So the woman shoots Belinda and she falls to the ground. And then the creature goes behind her. But she runs to this well. Yeah. And she stands with her back against the well. And she's looking at the doctor that stands there. And she did this, lean herself backwards, and then she falls into the well. And the doctor shouted, "No!" Yeah. So one of the soldiers shoots Belinda, and the invincible creature goes behind her instead. And she jumps down the well and kills herself. The soldier, the woman. One of the woman soldiers on the ship are talking to Mrs. Flood. Yeah, on the screen. They have a little conversation. But why is Mrs. Flood 500,000 years into the future now? Before, we saw her in 1952, and now 500,000 years into the future. So, and that's see the doctor and Belinda tries to get home, but they can't. So what kind of adventure they go to next time? Well, it's another story. And the next episode is called Lucky Day. Well, when Belinda, Chandra, and the doctor comes out of the TARDIS, well, there's New Year's Eve. Yeah, rockets in the air. Everyone is celebrating New Year's Eve. And then they meet a little boy named Conrad. And Belinda asked Conrad, what is the year of this? Please say 2025. Please say 2025. No. Conrad said, this is 2007. 17 years later, when he gets older, he invites Ruby Sunday. Yeah. Well, like Conrad has a podcast. Yeah. So he invites Ruby Sunday in his podcast, and Ruby talks about the Doctor and the TARDIS and her private life. When Conrad was walking down the street, he notices the TARDIS on the corner. And he was curious. He went to take a look at the TARDIS. And then he heard some sound from a building. And he goes into the building. There he saw the Doctor and Ruby Sunday. The Doctor gives Ruby an antidote, and Ruby drinks the antidote. But before she asked the Doctor, why do I need to take the antidote? Well, this creature will hunt you down if you don't. So she drinks the antidote. He was also in love with Ruby Sunday. Yeah, Conrad. Yeah, he was in love with Ruby Sunday. And he takes a picture of Ruby and sent out an SMS message. Have anyone seen this woman before? And later on, Ruby comes to his apartment for his podcast. And Ruby warns Conrad about the creature and gave him an antidote. But later on, Conrad says to Ruby, I didn't take the antidote. No. And when Ruby and Conrad was at this pub with Conrad's friends, they saw the creature outside and the sound that he was making. So Ruby tells Conrad to stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Don't come out. So Ruby went outside, and then you see Unit afterwards. But before, you see Conrad comes out as well. And then he said to Ruby, I didn't take the antidote. And then you see the Unit comes. And also what happened is that later Ruby finds out that Conrad and his friends are using her to get Unit and blame Unit for lying to the world. And Conrad and his friends says that Unit are fake. And Conrad and his friends are spreading lies to all around the world that aliens, creatures, Daleks, and Cybermen doesn't exist. Plus, Conrad said something about Kate Lebridge Stewart's father. Yeah. And, Kate didn't like what Conrad said about her father. So she tried to scare him by opening up one of the cages with one of the creatures inside. But Conrad pretending to be scared of the creature and think it was special effects. Yeah. But then the creature bites him. And, Conrad was also arrested and brought to jail and he was also transported into the TARDIS. But the Doctor wasn't happy. Conrad didn't want to listen to the Doctor, and Conrad wants the Doctor to leave his world, planet, also. And in the end, Conrad stand face to face with Mrs. Flood, and he didn't know who Mrs. Flood was, so he said, "Who are you?" And Mrs. Flood says, "I am the governor of this jail." And also in the unit, Conrad tries to get a job at unit for 8 years ago when he was on an interview, but that Kate Lebridge Stewart comes out and said, "Don't trust him," because she saw something wrong with him when he was at that interview. And also that inside unit there was also a spy that works for Conrad and his friends. Yeah. Conrad and his friends doesn't believe in aliens or creatures or Cybermen or Daleks. But wait and see. Maybe one day, Conrad and his friends comes face to face with Daleks or Cybermen. And you know what Cybermen are gonna do to him? Delete, 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 delete. Yeah, and then they're gonna turn him into Cybermen. Or Daleks, for that matter. So Conrad and his friends, these 2 episodes were great. Episode 3 and 4. The 4th episode I have seen now is great. Awesome. I like them. But this is what I don't like. I don't like Conrad or his friends. I don't like them. And neither does Ruby. No. Ruby don't like Conrad either. No. And the Doctor tries to warn Conrad, but Conrad didn't want to listen to him. So Conrad is going to join us later on in season 2. Yeah, there's some episode between episode 5 and 8. We're going to see more of Conrad and his friends. Yeah. Well, I hate Conrad. I don't like him. No. Well, he started as a normal, okay person. But in the end, just like the Meep. Yeah, the Meep was nice. Yeah, she was nice, adorable, and sweet at the beginning. And then in the end, she turns on you. It's almost like the Meep, in a way. Yeah. So I liked those 2 episodes. And how many stars I want to give those 2 episodes? Episode 3, I want to give 8 out of 10 stars. And episode 4, 7 out of 10 stars. Yeah. So that's it for now of Doctor Who Reviews and More video update. And I have 4 episodes left of season 2. And I know how it's gonna end, because I have seen the ending. a little clip of it anyway. Well, in one of the episodes between 5 and 8, we're gonna see Carol Ann Ford, I think her name is, who plays Susan. Yeah, she's in that one of those episodes. I saw it. All the people that are in the episode, and I saw her name. Yeah, so she's in one of those episodes. And well, this is the last season of Nugatti Gatwa, and episode called Lucky Day, I believe it's called, was all about Millie Gibson. Yeah, Millie Gibson was in this episode by 95% of the episode, and Nugatti Gatwa and the girl who plays Belinda, well, they are only in this episode 5%. A little of the beginning of the episode and in the end of the episode. So, where was Nugatti Gatwa in the entire episode? We saw him at the beginning, and we saw him in the end of the episode. So where was he? Yeah, like in season 1. He was in a little bit of the first part, little bit, and then in the ending of that episode, 73 yards. Yeah. Only 5%. Yeah. Well, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. And I hope to see you in another episode. And as the Fourth Doctor used to say, do you want a jelly baby? Bye.